hold up. What up, everybody? It's your boy Ronald Rizzo, and I did a video on this earlier, but this is like a part 2 of what happened to FaZe Clan. Man, the N-word scandal just ended his successful streaming career by Poetic Flacco. Let's get into this content, man. GG's.
FaZe, who I consider the biggest streaming group in the world, is officially over. And I'm going to say this, man. One of the reasons why they ended is quite possibly the most hilarious thing you've ever heard in your life. Not hilarious like ha ha, but hilarious like some people got some nerves, bro. If you were on Twitter yesterday, then your timeline looked like this, where you have some notable FaZe members like Silky, Ronaldo, Jason, where they posted that they have left FaZe Clan, but them posting left FaZe Clan and only that also turned into a meme, and you had other people just doing it just because. Plagueboy Max left FaZe back in August, so he wasn't part of this new FaZe breakup. However, he still went on.
I just had my mic muted the entire time. GG's. I gotta do my intro again, bro. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ronald Rizzo, the Hokage of the Chaos Village, and I did a video on this earlier, but this is part 2 of the end of FaZe. This N-word scandal just ended his successful streaming career. Shouts out Poetic Flacco if you want to watch this without my commentary. Let's get into it.
FaZe, who I consider the biggest streaming group in the world, is officially over. And I'm going to say this, man. One of the reasons why they ended is quite possibly the most hilarious thing you've ever heard in your life. Not hilarious like ha ha, but hilarious like some people got some nerves, bro. If you were on Twitter yesterday, then your timeline looked like this, where you have some notable FaZe members like Silky, Ronaldo, Jason, where they posted that they have left FaZe Clan, but them posting left FaZe Clan and only that also turned into a meme, and you had other people just doing it just because.
Okay, Bradley, look at Bradley
Martin. Left FaZe back in August, so he wasn't part of this new FaZe.
You're 260, bro. You don't need FaZe Clan. You're 260. You're the god of war, per se, or so you say.
Breakup. However, he still went on stream that night before anybody else. So I don't think any other FaZe members have spoken about this, but Max went on stream and he broke down why he left FaZe and what he feels like is wrong with FaZe and why he feels like everybody left. And reasons that he brought on was, FaZe is controlling. They kind of control every aspect of your life. He spoke on certain situations where FaZe introduced him to a manager, and then FaZe made him fire the manager.
That's
if
insane.
He wanted to stay in FaZe.
That's
things
insane,
of that sort.
dude.
Now, I consider Plagueboy Max leaving FaZe as the beginning of the end.
For
How
sure.
much control do we have here?
Because Plagueboy Max is low-key the biggest star they've ever had. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care about you quick shotting. Oh my God. Oh, Call of Duty. Oh my God. I don't care. But Plagueboy Max is the biggest star of all time. Argue with your mama.
How much control do they have over us? Move into January. Y'all know I started.
Argue with your man.
Someone at FaZe had introduced me to my old manager.
Brandon. Yeah, I already seen this part though.
Was working with Brandon from about November to January. Y'all probably seen him, tall white boy with hair. You feel me? Yeah, 153. Oops. Brandon had falling out with person who introduced me, and person who introduced me tells me, according to my assistant and my creative director at the time, who were sitting in on all calls because they're on my team, tell me I have to fire my manager and get rid of him, or I can't be here, when they're the person who introduced me. Video proof as well of this meeting.
That's insane.
This is information my assistants are just
look. It's supposed to be business. Why you getting all moody and emotional about it? Cause y'all fell out. Now you gotta, man, get out of here, bro. That's some grade school stuff, bro.
After that happens, I stayed. Shout out to Brandon. He just wanted the best for me. He wanted me to be as good as I could possibly be. We're still cool. I got introduced to a new manager, as y'all know. I come back to LA after New York. All that happened in New York. And, everything's cool. I'm cool with the boys, you feel me? Me and the boys cool, but it's just like, damn, like, it was a weird air for a little while, you know what I'm saying? But everything got patched up, because at the end of the day, we bros and we love each other. Like, you feel me? I want to make that known. Ron, I love you. Jason, I love you. Dap, I love you.
That's more concerning than I
Okay, they became cool. Let me say that. Because I had the opinion that they were like kind of forced together. They actually somehow became friends in IRL. You know what I'm saying?
Plagueboy Max even knew. My manager is my buffer between me and the business. My manager is somebody who goes out and seeks deals for me, who goes out and work out certain things business-wise that benefits me. And FAZE is still a business, right?
Yeah.
I'm still somebody who still has a contractual obligation with FAZE, the business. So if my manager is somebody who's supposed to be working in my best interest, and then you guys tell me y'all don't like him, so I should fire him or else I can't be in FAZE, that's kind of crazy.
Whoa,
Because
it
my
is
manager
weird.
is somebody who's supposed to be working on my.
Yeah, because your manager's supposed to be that one that, like, you never let the company you work for hire your manager, because that manager is hired through the company, which means they're going to look out for the company, not you. You get what I'm saying? You want to get an outside manager to be that non-biased buffer between you and the company so they don't scam you out your name and all that, all your royalties. You feel me?
On behalf. So whenever I get a manager that y'all don't like to deal with or y'all don't like for whatever reason, or let's say he's making it hard for you guys to F me over, what, like I gotta fire him
That's
and get a
good.
guy that's more agreeable with you guys, or else
Exactly.
like what, like I can't be in FAZE. To me, that's more crazy than Playboy Max knew, and he should have left then. But apparently, he stayed. Playboy
Facts.
Max's cousin took to his stream to explain how FAZE
That's
finessed
his
Playboy Max
cousin
out of
GG's, bro. Cousins in
$400,000.
the
And
trenches.
while explaining this, only thing that I could think about is, yeah, this is why you should not get a manager that your employer likes. Like, you should not get a manager that your employer
I
or
just
somebody
said
who's
that,
paying
cuz.
you love doing
I
business
just say
with.
that,
Okay, you
cuz.
usually get the manager that's annoying to them, that makes it hard for them. Because of course they wanted Playboy Max to change manager, right? So they could finesse him more, right? They could finesse him easier.
You see how Max is a partner of Spotify, right? He did not have that sponsorship at first. FaZe did. And this is how it happened. They redid Max's house, right? Redid his shit. And they're like, yo, can we put up the Spotify shit for this video? It's sponsored. Max is like, yeah, whatever, that's cool. After the video, I'm like, yo, take that shit down. You're not getting paid, nigga. These niggas start saying, nah, this shit hard as fuck, bro. Like, that should just look good and make it official, bro. The Spotify, da-da-da. This shit look official. I'm looking at this nigga. And this is where I'm like, how does Max have ego? Because this nigga like, yeah, this shit is a little hard. This is official. How does a nigga like, I'm like, gang, you're Playboy Max. You can get that yourself.
Yeah.
And if you want to split it, that's cool. What the fuck? So this is where, we end up taking it down. Little do we know they're selling his identity without letting him know. And so Max ends up leaving FaZe. We only knew this because he left FaZe.
The way he talks is so irritating. I know y'all trying to get to the point of what he's saying, but Jesus Christ, I'm having a hard time following, bro, because the way he's chopping up his words like he's high out of his mind or something. Get to the point, G.
He got the deal on Spotify. They dropped FaZe and gave it to Max. Guess how much this was for? 400 bands for 5 months. Niggas about to run off a half the ticket off of it. Half the ticket off of it. Chat, just so this makes sense, imagine LeBron James and the Lakers working together, and the Lakers take all the money from a commercial with Beats. Imagine LeBron is wearing a Lakers jersey, and he's wearing his Beats. And so LeBron and the Lakers are like, okay, we'll break this off, but da-da-da-da-da. Imagine the Lakers take all the money, LeBron gets nothing. What the?
Now,
yeah, that is
crazy.
crazy.
Even understand that's exactly what happens in the NBA. And that's why we say, even though people like LeBron James and Steph Curry gets paid almost $100 million a year, they're still underpaid. LeBron James don't get paid.
Yeah, they've lost all their, like, you know what I'm saying, their likeness in a way. And that sucks, bro.
When the NBA put those sponsorships and on their jerseys, they don't get paid at all, right? When a team put the sponsors on those jerseys, they don't get paid. But now I'm usually not a fan.
But they agreed to a payout, though. That's why they're getting paid when they get paid.
Of the broke family members coming online to discuss business, all right? Or when the broke family members want to input their opinions when it comes to business, right?
That's true.
The
reason why I say that, if I'm a millionaire, how you gonna tell me that ain't never been a millionaire how to be a millionaire? You feel me? Yeah, make it make sense, brother.
Usually not a fan of it. All right, but in this case, he's 100% right. Y'all gotta understand contextually, this was around the time where Playboy Max was doing these in the booth streams with the biggest artists in the world. This is when Pink Dreads was popping. Yeah. Playboy Max at that time had the hottest music show on the planet. You think a DSP like Spotify wasn't rushing to their desk, asking Playboy Max, whatever you need, bro, we got you. Let's get a sponsorship going on before another DSP come and get you? Of course they were. Max didn't need FAZE. FAZE got
Facts.
that deal that was a Plankboy Max deal, and they ate off the deal, and they told Plankboy Max, you should keep it up because it just looks cool. Nah, that's yo, that right there is what you call corporate finesse, which is why, bro,
Yeah.
you gotta have a manager who's on they behinds and don't let them get a good night rest ever. Because these corporate monsters only get a good night rest when they in your pockets finessing you, bruh.
True enough.
That's it.
True enough.
But Plankboy Max stayed through it all. He stayed when they finessed him. He stayed when they made him fire his manager. He stayed. But he ultimately left, and the straw that broke the camel's back was apparently when FaZe Banks, who is, I guess, the owner of FaZe, when he called Plankboy Max the N-word.
Oh,
now, I
no.
believe when Plankboy Max left, that right there.
I didn't know this happened. Plankboy Max didn't say this happened. So he trying to save FaZe Banks' face.
Gave everybody else.
But you know what? I'm be real with you. I'm be real. And I told my cousin this. Me and my cousin both are content creators. He a little more on the skill side of gaming or whatever. I'm more on the entertainment side. Bro, when he wanted to be a professional Call of Duty player, I told him, bro, it's like you're like the black sheep, literally. You're like the black sheep, literally. And this was at a time when, maybe not anymore, but I remember when all this competitive gaming was all Caucasian males. It was all Caucasian males. It wasn't no women, and it wasn't no minorities up in there. And the way them Call of Duty lobbies sound back then is nothing to now. When I say back then, I mean 2010, 2011, 2012. Yeah. Before you could say, oh, community bullying. Before you could do all that. Before, when they let you chat before the games. Oh my God. The Gears of War's lobby. Oh my God. Boy. I'm telling you. And that's how all them Call of Duty cats are. And that's what FaZe was. Call of Duty. You ever wonder how they talked? In private. If they talk like that in public, you ever wonder how they talk in private? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, cool.
Bro. Once Plankboy
That's banter, and then it's like, all right now. Come on now.
Max left, that's when I consider FaZe over. Even though they went on to have success, I think when Max left, that's when everybody else was saying, okay, I'm going to be leaving soon. It's just a matter of time. But so the beginning to the end all started over the N-word.
Max and Banks got in an argument, a crazy argument.
I already knew it.
They hang up. He calls other FaZe members and says, F this nigga. F this nigga.
Damn.
He says, F this nigga. That was his last straw of like, oh, nah, because now it's like, gang, you overly playing with me.
Yeah.
And it gets worse. This nigga is called, when Max left, he called him like, yo, bro, why you leaving? Why you leaving? He was giving all the reason. He's like, yo, bro, the last reason for real was, you called me a nigga. You know what this response was like? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? What? And he's like, bro, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know you said that shit. I know you said that shit. He's like, bro, I was angry, but keep it a buck, bro. That's not the reason you left FaZe. Keep it a buck. Don't put that on me, bro. You know I'm going through a lot, bro. You know I love you. You're going through a lot. I'm going through a lot. Don't put that on me, bro. Max like, yo, bro, I'm not going to expose that shit. Like, it don't matter.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
I'm going to take that on the chin. I don't care, bro. I'll be the evil nigga. But you said that shit. He's like, if I did, it wasn't on no racist shit, bro. Like, what?
The worst part about this, FaZe Banks is on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Defending his N-word usage. Pretty much
How?
blaming Plankboy Max himself for being called the N-word. Now, FaZe Banks don't understand, like a lot of non-black people don't understand. Now, your friends allowing you to say the N-word as a term of endearment.
And here's the thing. You can say it in a term of endearment. That's not a term of endearment, though, bro. You saying it as in like, man, F that. You know what I'm saying? No, cuz. You be like, oh, what's up, my? That's endearment. Oh, that's endearment. Not, man, you know, yeah, what's up? You know what I'm saying? That's different, cuz. That's different. That's different. Even if you got the past, that's different, bro. I don't even say the N-word like that. My mama black. Not my daddy. my mama, which means I came out of a black woman. And realistically speaking, that would make me more black than anybody that got a black daddy. And I don't even say it like that. So, I don't know, cuz.
Wrong for that as well. That's still raccoon activities, because why you're allowing anybody who's not black to say the N-word, that's still crazy and flawed. But it's one thing to say it as a term of endearment, and it's another to be filled with rage and anger and the spirits of your ancestors. And you pick up that phone and you call that black man a N-word, bro. That's a little different.
Yep.
Than saying it as a term
I
of
just said it
endearment.
like that, cuz.
And you can see how they may allow you to say it as a term of endearment around them, and then once you cross that line, you can never come around them again. You understand that. Obviously, you don't understand it. Because FAZE Banks will take to his Twitter, instead of taking accountability, he decided he was going to expose private messages and DMs from Plagueboy Max talking about other popular streamers in an attempt to destroy him and ruin him. And then he continued to blame Plagueboy Max
It's crazy
for him calling him the N-word, which is just crazy.
Proving everything that I said 100% right yesterday. This streamer brain is real. They are actors. And he jumped on this opportunity not because he cares about anything that I've done or cares about anything that I've said. It's because it makes the most sense. Kick me while I'm down and farm this FAZE and suck as much as he can out of it. And that's what they do. And that's just fact. Anybody that argues against that is fried. This whole thing, like I said yesterday, fried. We're going to get into the conversation. I'm going to show you guys right now. And you guys tell me if this looks like a conversation between two parties that have an issue with each other.
All right, so here we are. Here's my conversation with Max, July 28th. This is when that whole thing where he heard that I said, "F y'all, blanks." Again, this wasn't aimed toward Max. This wasn't said at Max. There was never any sort of like racist connotation toward this word being used ever. Saw people talking about hard R and shit. No, that's all noise. Absolutely not. What Max's initial response to it was, "Hey, stream speak highly of you. Shit doesn't need to be brought to light. You don't have to worry at all. Like I said, I apologize for the tweet." I said, "Max, you don't got to say all that. I would never speak ill about anything publicly. Breaks my heart, crushes me, whatever."
Let's get into this buffoonery. So he's showing private messages between him and Plagueboy Max so he could prove that Plagueboy Max was cool with him after he said the N-word, and now they're exposing him because they're mad at him. But Plagueboy Max didn't have an issue with it.
If he
did, he's still calling me and texting me and saying he loved me and called me bro and asked me for advice in business. I'm sorry, buddy. Like, I'm not expecting a 22-year-old to be so rooted, grounded, and principled in his identity that he draws the line and cuts off a white man for calling him the N-word for life. That's not the expectation I'm gonna have of a 22-year-old kid, bro. Especially a 22-year-old kid who comes from a family and friends who nobody is in this world but him. Yeah. Nobody has expertise in this world but him. You're true. The only one he could probably hit up and ask for advice, so he's keeping you nearby.
Yeah.
But if you think we're about to look at a 22-year-old kid and say, he really was not affected or mad at you calling him the N-word because he was still hitting you.
But you damage your image, bro. You damage your image.
You done lost your mind, bro. This doesn't prove a goddamn thing. Now, if Plagueboy Max was 27, 28, 30 years old, and he was still texting this white boy after he called him an N-word, I'm looking at you crazy, but he's 22 years old, bro.
Yeah.
He don't know no better.
Yeah.
He don't even know who like his self is yet. He's not rooted and principled in his identity yet. So this proves nothing at all, but you're about to witness FAZE Banks kind of go through the messages of Plagueboy Max being friendly to him, and this somehow being an excuse as if, man, he wasn't really mad. And then after he gets done with this, he continues and even goes in to say, well, y'all allowed me to say it any other day, so why are you mad now? Oh, come on. He don't even understand the difference between you saying it as a term of endearment and you saying it while you pissed off and mad.
This looks like Max agreeing with the things that I'm saying. To me, I don't know. This looks like everything that I've been saying the last 2 days, and I'm saying in this video. I'm saying it directly to him in a much nicer way, but right here we go.
Like, I f***ed up this whole FAZE, everything. Damn. Wow. Talked to them before the subathon. Want me back. They didn't want him back, like I said. Still cool with everybody. More than anything, I dead miss working with you and Ray. And like I said, the N-word in contract threw me off bad, bro, but I'm past that. And we talked about it, so I don't give a f***.
Okay.
His words, not mine.
Okay.
His words, not mine.
Yeah, Max, I don't know. You guys tell me. It doesn't seem like me and Max have a problem.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like we've really had any sort of real issues in the last 5 months. It doesn't seem like
Go try to save face.
done anything but try to help the kid. And I'm not just going out of my way and randomly offering him my opinions and my advice. He's asking for them. And he's treating me like a mentor.
Yeah.
And he's
Okay.
confiding in me about things. So you guys tell me, like, this awful, terrible monster of a person who took all this shit from him and you know, like,
It still
insane.
has
And
nobody,
Max,
bro. Here's the thing.
as it goes for this word that I said, first of all, I didn't say this targeted toward you. This wasn't said in any sort of racist connotation. I said this word.
Look at the camera when you talk to me, boy.
Response, and I said, "F all y'all blanks," and it's a mistake. And I'm a 34-year-old man child, and I have many, many flaws, and I'm an idiot for saying that. But bro, stand on. If you really have a problem with that, then why has it not been a problem for the last 5 months? If you really have a problem with that, why have you told me multiple times I don't have a problem with that? We're good. If you really have a problem with that, and I can say this, Ron, last subathon, said it, muted his
I'm
mic
being real
and
with you,
said
though.
it. The chat laughed, and everybody told him to say it. And he said,
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you though, bro. The C word that they use for white people is not even in my daily vocabulary. I'm not even gonna lie. The W or S word for Hispanics is not even in my vocabulary. So just don't use it. There's some words I do not use. You don't use the word hieroglyphics every day, do you? But it's a word. Just don't use the word, bro. Don't use the word. It's just a word. There's plenty of words you don't use. You don't use the word sophisticated, but you know it. Don't use it. It's like pulling out teeth for y'all not to use a word. It's one word. You can say bro. You can say homie. You can say cuz. You can say dog. You can say brother. You ain't got to use the word, bro. You goofy. You so inspired by the Black and African American community, you have to use the word because you're just a copycat. You gotta act like these rappers. You gotta act like something you ain't. Don't use it.
Lacey has admitted to saying it publicly. You know this.
Now you snitching on the other white boys around you who say the N-word too. Playboy Max being 22 years old and feeling comfortable and allowing his friends to say the N-word and giving them a pass doesn't negate or doesn't take away from the fact that he's allowed to wake up one day and say, hold on. We're all not saying it and laughing together. No, y'all saying it and laughing at me. Now, hold on. It's not right when y'all say it. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It don't feel good when you get really mad and say, F you as a white man. No, I don't like that. He's allowed to have that change of mind.
That's
He's
real,
allowed
though.
to
That's
grow up.
real.
He's allowed to be more rooted in his identity than he was at 22.
That's a tricky.
Well, he's 22 right now, but he's allowed to grow. And it doesn't negate what you did to him. It doesn't take away what you said to him. But basically just going on like, as if this is like the super, I gotcha. I gotcha. No. Nobody is watching this or listening to this and thinking, man, Black Boy Max is tripping for being mad right now at Banks for calling him. No. You can wake up at any point and be upset.
Yeah.
So why isn't that a problem? Other members in FAZE have said it in the confines, behind the scenes, off cam, in the presence of other Black creators and FAZE members. And this was never a problem. It's only a problem now because it's convenient for you and for this narrative to make me look like shit and to make you look right. And it's twisted, bro. And this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday as far as all this shit being fake. You guys can read those text messages between me and him and say that this isn't fake. It's the definition. It's the textbook definition of fake. And this is exactly what I was talking about. It's insane. Bro, in Vegas at a UFC event, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to drag other people in. But Max's black manager at the time and other members in FAZE, black ones included, told me to rip the word. They say, yo, we're going to keep it a buck. We need to hear you rip it. I said, really? I said it. Everybody laughed. And they were drinking, and it was an experience. We're building rapport, and we're letting our guards down, and we're being vulnerable. And this is what boys do. This is what actual friends do. And that's what I thought we were doing. I thought we were trying to form an actual relationship, an actual bond. I let my guard down. I said it. It wasn't a big deal then. You knew about this and have known about this.
Because this might solve this issue. I got a question for the black old heads who watch this video, man, because this might solve this issue, okay? And if you're not a black OG, maybe, you know, you still want to answer, you can answer it. But
I'm
this
not
is
OG,
mainly for
but
the black old
I'm
heads,
in my
the
30s.
OGs, 40 plus years old watching this video, okay? Is the N-word pass a forever thing? Meaning, if you give the N-word pass once to your white homie, do your white homie then have the N-word pass in perpetuity? Or is it the N-word pass is a one-time usage, right? I always thought the N-word pass was a one-time usage. You get this pass on a drunk night.
Here's the thing also. You don't get that N-word pass in every room. You feel me? In some rooms, you don't get that N-word pass. You feel me? If you're in a room full of black folks, I guarantee you not screaming out the N-word, brother. I promise you. You're going to do it when it's a 60-40 split, maybe. A 70-30 split. You're not going to do it when it's a 60-40 split the other way. You feel me?
But when we sober up, you better not. You better not, man. I don't know, bro. I just feel like, this is hilarious, man. Like, Banks don't understand why he can't say the N-word in a fit of rage. Why him saying the N-word in a fit of rage is different than him saying the N-word as a term of endearment, or him saying the N-word on a drunken night, all right, where they're telling him to say it. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man, about the FAZE N-word scandal tearing them apart, right? And being a reason why
that's a tricky word to use, man. And I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, cuz I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. But hey, y'all let me know. It's been your boy Rhino Rizzo. How y'all feel about that N-word pass? I feel like like he said, it's a term of endearment. You can't use it with everybody. You can't use it. Like if I give you the N-word pad, that don't mean you can go use it on the dude across the corner. Cause he ain't give you the N-word pad. So he might smash your head in. You never know. But it's just like any other word you do not say. There's plenty of words you do not say in the English dictionary. Just make it one of those words you don't use, brother. You know what I'm saying? But till next time, it's been your boy Rhino Rizzo, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.